Hello, my name is Alex Tittle, and I'm the Senior Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion at Medica. I'm also a veteran, having served as a staff sergeant and eventually discharged as a captain in the United States Army. Medica is a nonprofit health plan with more than 1 million members across 12 states. We serve the same communities that the Red Cross is there for, every hour of every day. As a veteran, I'm grateful for the work Red Cross does to help members of the military, veterans, and their families cope with the challenges of military service. And so today, I'm honored to represent Medica in introducing Deb and Clark Perkins. They help develop and run Red Cross resiliency workshops to support armed forces members and their families before and after deployment. Ladies and gentlemen, Deb and Clark Perkins.
So my name is Deb Butman Perkins. I am a Red Cross volunteer from Brookings, South Dakota. We serve the Minnesota Dakotas region, which we think is a pretty awesome area in the Midwest that we've been able to combine and pool our resources together. I've been a volunteer since 1997, starting out kind of just general services, very quickly moving to doing a lot of disaster mental health support. And in the last 5 years, we've done the Support to Armed Forces program with a lot of resiliency work and a lot of workshops and trainings that we've been able to do across our region, as well as all over the world.
And I'm Clark Perkins, and I'm also from Brookings, South Dakota. And Deb and I are married. So most of those things that you just heard, like we started in 1997 as somebody that would be willing to do anything, and we did. You know, we helped serve meals and that kind of thing in a snowstorm, and they said, we need somebody to stay overnight. Okay, we stayed overnight, and we were really good at listening and following directions, which is important.
Hi, I'm Alex Smith. I'm Regional Program Manager of the Service to the Armed Forces Department and International Services for the Minnesota Dakotas region. I personally reside in central Minnesota, and I have the privilege of working with absolutely outstanding volunteers like Deb and Clark. Deb and Clark are two of our resiliency facilitators in our department. A resiliency facilitator is a professional mental health therapist who works with us on a volunteer basis to provide our absolutely outstanding resiliency workshops to service members, veterans, and their families free of charge.
Well, when we got into the Support to Armed Forces, they were starting resiliency programs because they saw there was a huge need with our armed forces, both pre and post deployment, to support them. And so the resiliency workshops were developed with a grant with the Department of Defense, and they were really looking for people that were mental health professionals, because you have to have a license to be able to do these programs, and that were kind of willing to say, we're not sure where this is going to go, but we're really excited about it. When we first started, Clark and I would look at each other and go, wow, they should be doing these for kids.
Deb and Clark are two of our energetic volunteers that we love to put in front of audiences, especially when children are involved. Their professional lives outside of the Red Cross work heavily with children, and their expertise has been absolutely amazing in helping us step forward in our programs for the youth in the military community.
The most fun part to start out with kids is when we thank them for their service, and they look at us like, what are you talking about? And we tell them how important they are to their family and how they've had to step up to either help mom or dad when either mom or dad is gone, and how we really appreciate what they're giving so that their parents can serve. And it's so fun to see them just kind of blossom and like, wow, that's pretty cool.
I think the best time that we've had, and hopefully the kids had, is that we got to do a couple of camps in the last few years. They haven't had it this past year, but Camp Corrals, if you know Camp Corrals. And all the military kids get together, and the camp had over 300 people. And they had a lot of us folk that were giving classes. And I think the kids just enjoyed, we would be with them and face to face, and got them to do things and got them to talk about their military families. And I don't know if they'd ever done that before. And it's just the blossoming of smiles, of realizing, yeah, I am the important part of this whole mission.
For people to realize that when you give to someone else, you get so much more back. And I think we've seen that numerous times, whether we've been at a disaster or working with a parent group or a kids group or a bunch of service people. We walk away feeling so much, well, so fulfilled that we were able to give them something, but we get so much more back to make our lives brighter, and that we smile and we go, we made a difference. And you do make a difference no matter what you do with the Red Cross. And like Clark said, we can be involved for an hour or two, or we can be involved for several weeks. And the nice part about Support the Armed Forces is we're still working, and a lot of times it's scheduled. So we can very much say, yes, we can be there for you. And so again, you can find a way to fit in with the Red Cross, and it's going to make you feel really good.